Hi, this is Patrick Smith, broadcasting my pirate signal from inside the walls of the witch house. A few rafters that belong to me. I ask anyone reviewing this video to just understand that I'm just messing around with technology that I halfway understand. I'm just trying to learn the webcam, and you should treat this really as a proof of concept performance art piece, and believe that it is in no way indicative of my future behavior on YouTube. Any mistakes can, please, if you can, attribute them to mere ignorance, because I promise you there will be an abundance of that. I just kind of felt like I wanted to ramble a little bit. I wanted to upload it live, you know what I mean? Like, just do it and then throw it up there and not back down. I imagine I'm going to stop doing things like that at some point, probably some point very soon, but at least this one time I wanted to do that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to record this, and then I'm just going to throw it up on YouTube, and I'm not going to try and avoid known topics, like the obvious ones that even I can pick up with. My acuity of social interaction is it ranges widely. I understand very well sometimes, and other times I do not know what is happening right before me. You know, I'm a little. I have mental health issues. You know, straight up. I believe at this time in my life they are benign. In other words, in other words, I'm crazy, but I don't think it's a danger to anyone else or myself. I think I've got it worked out to where I'm just crazy. And it's like it actually protects me from boredom in my life. Like, that's a very real danger. Like boredom could very easily kill me if it was not checked by me going quietly low level insane. By which I mean, like, I can actually get like slightly manic and just kind of go there for 10 minutes and hold it just almost the edge of spiraling off into it. And like, you don't want to do that too much. like 10 minutes and then, like, I don't know, and I'm just spitballing it. I would love to get a doctor involved in the process, examine the way my brain functions, and actually make some kind of recommendation about how long, if the altered state actually does put any stresses on the brain, like how long it would be safe to tolerate those stresses. I would love to do that work with somebody, but I'm not a doctor. So, yeah, I'm a little bit nuts. Mostly I'm safe, and I think that actually it will enable me to be better at playing characters. Because up here, did I mention that I had a very difficult childhood? And I don't wish to go into extensive detail at this time. It is a topic that I will avoid until, you know, certain specific venues. But I was abused as a child. If you're familiar, it's a sort of exotic term in the abuse survivor community. It's ritual abuse, and what it means is that, like, they torture you in ways that would break a Marine. And they do it to you when you're a child. And what you end up with is these empty, soulless things that just move around and act like people. And they can be very good at looking like humans. But, I mean, I fantasize about feeding some of these people into meat grinders, and it's just a fantasy. It's just mental health. I'm not threatening anyone, and I wouldn't ever do that. But it relieves stress for me to fantasize about that sometimes. I know it's an unusual coping mechanism, and I don't think it's one that the average person should be engaging in. But I am under a lot of stress, and I'm not entirely cognizant of what I'm saying at all times. So, this will be my first pseudo live upload. I don't know how long it will go for. I think I will cut it off after 30 minutes. Because I am having panic attacks doing this. It's very exciting. No one ever told me that it would be this much fun. You have to build a small box, and it's a conceptual box. I'm not gonna lie, doing that's weirder than I thought it would be. I have to like define boundaries in space that doesn't exist. Oh my god. I did not expect to be doing this work when I woke up this morning. I apologize about the distance from the mic. I will, and I also apologize about leaning on the... One of the things that we podcasters have to do is we have to be able to maintain our calm and not laugh at a time when it is important not to laugh. This is a strong skill to have. I believe it to be an element of the foundation of the craft. I happen to have outside training in it. It's been useful. I believe that because of my unique background, I can attain a level of self-control that I believe would be difficult for many people. I hope, I pray to God that there aren't that many people who have gotten as good at it as I have. Because there was a lot of trauma, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Sorry. Right, I am recording, and this is an exciting experience for all of us, so I am feeling very inspired tonight, because I thought, if you're going to take this plunge and make this deep commitment, at least, to the possibility of your future, and like, I understand doing a blurring it all out video and no editing and then throwing it up there, like, I understand that that's not smart. Like, I know that. It's like, I can't be smart. Like, I have to get onto the ledge first, So here I am, man, and I'm not falling. I have come too far to fail now. So, yeah, ritual abuse is it's totally the, like there was one book I read that described it as they would stick needles into the girl until she stopped crying when they stuck needles into her. And I mean, like, that sounds somewhat familiar. I don't really have like memories of that period exactly. I have pieces, and like I kind of assemble them into a mosaic, and I think it pretty much represents what happened, kind of. But there's big bits of it that they're not there. They're gone. I don't know what happened to them. I don't remember. I mean, there are some things that I'm not ready to remember yet. So that's thumbs up, man. That's looking forward to the future. That's good. I was worried I was going to get bored. I was terribly afraid that this would get boring at some point. And it sounds like I got a long career ahead of me, man. And I am proud to be here. I'm proud to be making this plunge. So this is what it's like, huh? Pour your soul out into the internet, It's fine. I got too much soul, I had too much salt. I gotta get some of it out. It's kind of been driving me nuts. It's like my head's gonna explode because my soul's too big. There's no room for my brain. It's all perceptual, you know. It's like there's this entire layer of reality. It's perceptual. It's you know that old saying. It's like, Bobby, the witch doctor only has power over you if you believe he does. And Bobby's like, oh yeah, no, that's true. You know, and he goes on to study science. Well, in real life, the witch doctor turns out to be like incredibly persuasive. Like he is like a ninja in the art of persuasion. Like, I know you think that it's like, I don't believe you have any power. And he's like, oh, really? You know? And then, like, he pulls out a dead head and its tongue is, like, moving around, you know? And the eyes focus on you and you hear a voice in your head that tells you your true name. And he's like, I guess then that didn't work, you know? And you're like, no, it didn't work. I didn't hear any voiceless howling. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the SJW, man. That's my SJW character. He just refuses to acknowledge it. You know, it's like, no, I don't think my foot is on fire. I'm a fan of performance art. Clearly I'm doing a piece. It's like, dude, I have the fire extinguisher. I will be happy to use it. Do not interfere with my art. And it's like, dude, I'm going outside because I do not want to see how this ends. I don't want to know. I hate people like that. It's like they've been given this gift and they're just throwing it away. And it hurts me. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul to see them disrespected so. It hurts my soul to see them disrespect themselves so much. It is like watching a battered woman be brutally beaten by herself. Like using clubs and sticks and bashing her head and just like beating the shit out of herself and threatening to kill herself if anybody comes near her. And it's just like, you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm going to go get a donut. Like, I don't want to know how this plays out. I don't care. I really don't fucking care. She can go kill herself. I don't, you know, like, that's going to be easier to clean up than this shit. I am okay with being the goddamn bastard who is okay with the scenario where you just end up as a rotting pile of meat. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just not going to feel that bad if it actually happens. I hope it doesn't. Like, Christ. You guys stop screeching at us. Maybe we wouldn't hate you so much. We don't hate you. We hate the idea of becoming like you. You terrify us. You terrify us because we look at you and we see our future. And it doesn't look good. But we will be swallowed by the horde. We will be digested. We all will become one and in unity forever live. And it's like, I'm going to eat the wrong end of a shotgun right before that happens, if you don't mind. I wish you the best of luck, but I'm taking what free will I got left and I'm using it. What was it? The monument of humanity, should we fail, will be some goddamn jackass calling up the President of the United fucking States and telling him, let's go Brandon. Like, that man will go down in history as the teller of the last fucking joke. And what we got here is an opportunity to start completely new. This world is waiting to be conquered. Not by armies, but by heroes who overthrow evil, who break chains and shatter locks. You bring the wicked to justice. Even if it's just in the comments section. It's the best we got, baby. We ain't all powerful. We can speak the truth, but we can't force it on anybody. I think it would be a bad thing if we tried. I'm proud to be just a goddamn YouTuber. I'm just me. You know, I have this brain, and it's very unusual, and it's kind of broken in a lot of interesting ways, and it's very good at certain somewhat ambiguous tasks. And I really feel like it can be useful to like all of us. You know, it's like, oh, I can do this thing. I can do it super well, and I can teach other people. Maybe like I can share some of it, and like I don't know what I'm doing, but like I got this cool thing, and I think I can kind of share it. You know, let's figure it out together from there. That's my vibe. You know. I wanna know that when I die, I'm not the last one, because I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could. I don't think I could fall at that point. You know, I wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't feel right about it. I mean, if everybody else fought and everybody else failed. Like, and then it was like, you know, like, okay, you know, like, we got you. Like, I couldn't put down my gun. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to stop. I mean, even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to them. You know, I'm trying to do what's right. I really am. Yeah. I mean, we've covered all the important points. I think I said I was going to circle back at the beginning of this. I said I was going to circle back to the exact point where I began, and I've just done that. So watch the recursive loops. Those things do have edges, but they're not too hard to dodge. And don't go following rabbit holes, man. Like, those things are munitions. Those things are like, they're cognitive landmines. And I stuck my ass in more than a few of them. But, you know, go fuck the bastard that does that. Because that is an evil fucking piece of technology. If you understand what I'm saying. That's an evil piece of shit bit of cognitive cognitive territory. Like you have just taken a giant toxic shit in the middle of a certain part of our collective minds. And it smells bad, and it hurts when we're near it. So stop doing that, please. I'm going to take like a cognitive nail, like the idea of a nail, and I'm going to imagine it. And, you know, like, you're not going to like the things that I'm going to imagine doing with it, which you'll never know about because I'm not going to share it. It's a very private sort of experience, which I'm referring to, but I'm not describing in detail what it entails because it is private and it involves, you know, certain practices, which we all... Like, everybody's aware that you sometimes have nasty, angry thoughts about... Because it's a world, and it makes us angry sometimes, and we need to take that energy and release it in a way that is not harmful. And angry fantasies can be an excellent way to do that. Like, you don't want to obsess about them, but honestly, you don't want to obsess about anything. Like, you don't want to obsess about being positive. That's, like, really toxic. You don't want to be obsessively positive. Like, you should be... bawling your ass off sometimes. It's a shitty world. If you're detached from that reality, then you're also detached from sorrows. It's good fucking luck because, like, you're going to be a corpse that I'm rolling out of the way, and I'm not going to slow down for you. Like, I sorrow, you know, sorrow to you, sister, but I ain't slowing down. I got a place that I gotta be. The road has an end, and I'm gonna get there. You understand me? I'm gonna get there. So I'm this crazy old man now. I have no fucking idea how that happened. Really, I really don't. When I was a young man, I never figured it out. You know, I just never figured it out. I kept trying things, and I was good at some things. I got a master's degree in computer science before I realized I didn't really like computer science, and I couldn't stand the fucking academic culture, and I just backed right the fuck out, and I never fucking used it again. But I was pretty good at it. I sort of had some conceptual developments to artificial intelligence that I would have liked to explore the viability of, but I never really got a chance to do it. And I wasn't really all that interested in making the people that I would have to make successful. Like, I didn't want to make them successful. I had a teacher who was going to blackmail me into sex until he found out I was a Buddhist monk, and I was. There's a temple, Still Point, Zen Buddhist temple. It's how do I put this? It's derived from the Korean Choge tradition. So, in other words, there was a Choge monk, and he came over here to the West and set up shop, like, I think in Ann Arbor. And he had a couple of students, and I want to say one of the last students that he had was this woman, Jerry Larkin, prom, and she, she was always kind of like the maverick, as I understand it. Like, she put in a lot of effort, but she never really got, like, the serenity of it, you know? I could be... What the hell is that? I apologize, because I know that, fuck it. I'm not fucking with it. You know what? That's there. That is henceforth an artistic choice. I have, I hope you guys enjoy my occluded corner. This is, of course, to conceptually balance the space that I have created around myself, which does not exist. Neither does there's a thing there that certainly exists. But it is ambiguous. It lacks traits. Obviously there are some fundamental traits, but it doesn't have a name. Like, you can, like, oh, hey, Ted, I just named it Ted. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, yeah, so I'm all over the place, mentally ill. Okay, I'm going to list off a set of attributes, and I'm really, I'm not trying to brag, okay, because, I don't generally eat from garbage cans, but, under the right circumstances, I probably would, okay, so I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, isn't it odd that this dude who's a piece of shit, isn't it weird that he has these following traits, okay? I'm very intelligent. I had an IQ test once, and it came back as somewhere above 170. It was a non-lingual test, so it was one of these language neutral tests, and it was administered by a psychology student, essentially. So it would, I'm not claiming this to be accurate, but I did score off the chart on that test. I think the highest range that it had is 170 and above, and that, that's where I lay. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not bragging. I have stupid thoughts about very complex things. It's you couldn't define more of a waste of potential. Okay. Like I said, I was abused as a child, and that had major impact on everything. So I kind of have this turbo engine, and it's not hooked up to anything, so it's just annoying. I keep on getting all of these novellas and epics and movies that could change the landscape of the world, and I don't actually know how to make movies, and it's really fucking annoying me because I forget these things. I forget them, and it's God damn it, Like, I feel like I'm sinning. Okay? Like, and I'm not, like, I'm a bit of a mystic, but I'm not like a Christian or something like that. That feels like sinning. Whatever the hell sinning is, that feels like it. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I think this is a standard practice that a soldier in my circumstances has to undertake. It is pure tactical necessity, and there's nothing more to it. And I am goddamn sorry to every fucking person I have ever hurt. I swear to God it was not personal. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I hope that it does. And I am ashamed to have hands so stained with blood. But I do. And I can't change that. And honestly, when I'm this stoned, I don't think I can even conceal it. I get inspired sometimes, and when I'm inspired, my memory chain's short. So short-term memory loss, right? Stuff doesn't stick in your short-term memory as long, which means that the train of thought, if you can handle this conceptually, the train of thought has less baggage. So it can pivot more quickly. You can transition more rapidly between ideas that are radically different when your memory has been truncated, shall we say. And there's actually an advantage to that. Like I'm talking about, like, essentially debilitating the functioning of your brain temporarily through the use of a drug that has a temporary effect and certainly has long-term effects that will never reverse, but it seems to be by and large benign. It's acting in ways that we don't really understand, and that's not a good thing. You don't want to be doing that to your own goddamn brain, but in certain extreme cases, I mean, you gotta understand, like, if I wasn't insane, I would be dead of loneliness. I'm existing in a deep sea a bunker at the bottom of the ocean, and there's no way I should be alive. Like, I shouldn't be capable of bearing this much psychological stress. I'm worried I'm gonna get the bends if I actually meet somebody that I like. I'm insane. There's no other goddamn way to put it. I'm insane. I don't mean to insult or trivialize the plight of mentally ill. I mean to insult and trivialize my plight, because it feels very absurd from in here. And I hate it. I hate it a great deal. So I make fun of it, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody. I'm just trying to cope, man. I'm just trying to cope. I'm being funny, right? I'm being authentic, and I got a minute to go, and I don't have an ending note, so I am broadcasting this signal, this pirate signal, from inside the walls of the witch house. I have made a witch house within the witch house. I have infected the infection, and I have embedded instructions on jamming their signal into the waves of this message. Madam America, Sir Patriot, I wish you good evening.